In 1887, Harvey Wilcox officially registered 160 acres of land 7 miles outside of the Village of Angels for the purpose of building a utopian-like community for devout Christians where they could live a highly moral life free from the vices of the world. By 1910, the Hollywood community merged with LA over a fear of inadequate water, and the vision for a Christian community was abandoned.
Yo, what's up, Hollywood? Woo! Here we go, man. Let's hit these streets, say what's up to the people, let them know what's real. Yo, assalamu alaikum. Ni hao. Konnichiwa. Man, we got people from all over the world out here. There's no better place than let the gospel loose. Peacemakers. I'm an evangelist from Los Angeles. Hello, Hollywood Boulevard, let's dance to this. No playing anymore, you must know what we are chosen. For practice, not profession, this isn't a performance. Smile at my pitfalls, I come into my own. I'm no child anymore, I'm a man with a plan to destroy the sinner store. Hear the angels roar. This is for the city that taught me how to live. Tried to kill me twice, nothing but the ghost to give. And I'm a ghost buster, your monsters better run. All you fake spirits, y'all already done. Y'all can throw it at me like money and fame. I don't want any of it coursing through my veins. Feeling its toxicity, I'm ripe for transformation. See through the dark city into their heavenly nation. Babylon bought me, but Christ brought me salvation.
Web3 has the possibility to expand our mind and expand our tent pegs to what is possible.
Communities like this is that we come together to create the solutions that we want in the world.
The community needs your story, so come join us.
Technology is a tool to impact and bring God's kingdom here on earth.
Right? Play to earn, that's where the game changer comes in.
Well, Web3 is all about asset.
What you have to say is what's needed to be said in Hollywood.
People are looking for the miraculous.
Part of taking back some of that ground.
You are bringing the light into such a dark, dark place.
Very focused on, impacting people.
And just getting started. Participate.
Our partnership it's helping to cut that code of poverty.
Mentorship, entrepreneurship, and faith. These are your pillars to success.
We have given a solution that we have brought this people from Sony, Disney, and Marvel to solve. Will you be a part of this? Man, what is going on? Wasn't that powerful? It is Eric Skeldon, founder of Kingdom Warriors. Man, let's see the comments. I've been seeing you guys blowing it up. Let's see who's all here. We got Chopper. What's up, Chopper in New Zealand? What is up, Lorena? Hello, Warrior family. We got Team Light Bears. You guys tag your teams. Shout out to Destiny for putting you guys on the teams. Destiny is amazing. Tag your teams. Let's go. Warriors are in the building. Tag your battle buddies. Let's get everyone going. We got Warrior Rain in the house. We got Amazing Creative and General Sean. Warrior Rain, I love that name. And so that team, I feel like they're going to go far. I've already seen them be super active and engaged. What's up, Cliff? We got Fire from Cliff. We got BC. What's up, BC? Kingdom Lit. We got South Africa in the house. Pride of Judah. Aurelio from Dallas is in the building. We got Kathy. Light Bears. Light Bears are running the race with their light, carrying light to every part of the land out in Washington, representing. We got Bell, Rainwater. Awesome. So you guys, we are ready to go. Make sure you like this broadcast. And did you guys see on Spotify, we just Michael Morgan, our artist and head of Kingdom Warriors Music, has put out this music. He's been sitting on it for 6 years. That song that you just saw, and he put a little fan made Superbook animation to it. And anyways, so Michael Morgan finally released this on Spotify. So it's under Kingdom Warriors Hip Hop on Spotify. It is now out there. Go give it a listen. And it is Hollywood to Holywood, or I think this is called Holywood. But give it up for Michael Morgan. He's been on this journey. He lives in LA. He's been on this journey literally, at prayer houses, looking at the history. I wanted to read some history. Michael Morgan sent me some facts. So how Holywood became Hollywood. And so in 1877, Harvey Wilcox registered 160 acres of land for the purpose of starting a moral utopia for Christian artists where they could live free from the vices of the world called Hollywood. And then it has Smithsonian Magazine. Hollywood was once alcohol-free community. And then so from 1903 to 1910, Hollywood was an independent city that had its own law enforcement, collected its own revenue, and was so prohibitionist that its laws required its neighbor, Los Angeles, to send any traders or individuals carrying alcohol to travel completely around its city limits. And then under the Hollywood sign, I think they had an article under the Hollywood sign. I think they've turned it into Hollywood, the sign before as well. And then 1930, motion picture production code had been signed and agreed on by all the major studios in Hollywood due to the addition of sound to moving pictures. The exact languages states, no picture will be produced that will lower the moral standards of those who see it. Think about that. No picture will be produced that will lower the moral standards of those who see it. Have you guys seen pictures? Have your guys' children or just in entertainment seen pictures that lower the moral standard? I think many of us can raise our hands, and that is where we are super stoked with what God is doing. And what God is doing by decentralizing entertainment, letting a system in Web3 where we Kingdom Warriors are coming together and building the future of media. We're building the future of aggregating the people to be a part of this. And we are stoked that you guys are here. We are stoked. We have now sold out 2,222 NFTs. And man, our community is on fire and stronger than ever. And we are really just going for it, going for everything that God has for us in NFTs and Web3, and creating a better world using technology, using media, using sound, using frequency. And we're doing it, you guys. And it's you guys. We are doing it together. We the people make Web3, and we are just stoked for that. So with that, I'm going to bring up today's slides. So today's slides, we're talking about Kingdom Warriors and culture impact. We got some amazing guests today. You're going to be blown away. You're going to want to come backstage. The link in description is where you can join backstage. And if you're a Kingdom General, DM Vera with proof that you're a Kingdom General. And all of our generals, one of the utilities is they get VIP to all of our events. So it's pretty amazing. Awesome. Yeah. So it's good seeing all the warriors on the battlefield. It really is. It really is. And, I was in military. I was an Army paratrooper. So seeing warriors on the battle of Web3 on the front lines in digital media, it really is just, I'm just so humbled and honored that we get to be a part of this movement, and we get to really just help our swords, put our swords, light fire to our swords, and help light other people. So yeah, so if you're a Kingdom General, you get VIP as a utility. If you're not, you can buy NFTs on OpenSea to become a general. And if you're not, then the $97 ticket, you also get lifetime recordings of this course and the challenge. And then we're also giving the 2 other challenges we did. So we're actually giving you guys that too. So it's and you get backstage. So it's crazy value for $97. So you're not gonna want to miss out on that. Make sure you go to the link in the description and get that before the hour session is done. So a little bit about me. I am a husband. I'm a dad of 5 daughters. I love raising up powerful daughters, princess warriors. And when I see my daughters and I see what they love Roblox, they love building, they love architecture, they love media, they love YouTube, they love all this stuff that has to do with media and gaming. And I kept asking God, God, I love technology. I went to Bethel School of Technology. I was in software sales in corporate America. I ended up getting a business degree from University of North Texas, learning business, marketing, international marketing, and went into software, was around developers and selling technology and software. And I really just found an excitement for technology. And some of my idols, not idols, but people I looked up to in the business realm were like Steve Jobs. They were Nikola Tesla, people who harnessed energy. They harnessed things and ideas and technology to help solutions for people. And so that has been my call is, God, let me harness the knowledge I get. Let me harness everything that you've given me to build and make something that will leave an impact, that'll really empower a generation, empower people. And so I think that's what we've done. I think why that is why so many. Let us know if you've been in these events, if you've been a part of our ecosystem, and if you have been empowered. Let us know in the comments below. We'll love to hear it. And I got some stories the other day of people who started their own NFT company from one of our events. They're doing NFT companies for charity, and they said that they got the whole idea just from us literally funding an orphanage with our NFT project. And they're like, wow, it just through our events and through asking us some questions, they literally got the idea. Now they're starting it and doing pretty well. And it's just really cool that people through our events, literally just through a $97 ticket, are able to do $1 million businesses or figure out $1 million businesses just from coming to our free event or $97 backstage event. So it's that's the generosity of the kingdom. That's the generosity where I don't mind if you get the idea. I don't mind if you run with something. If you learn something that what we've conquered and we've overcame, more the merrier. I want more people that love God to go out and rule and reign in business. So that's my calling over the next, until I'm done breathing. I want to help people make more impact on the earth, and we will do it. Just that. So Aurelia says we are here to empower and help each other. Investment is key. Shout out to I'm Empowered level upgrade. Thanks, Sean. Sean just upgraded. Awesome, you guys. So anyway, I ended up building a multi-million-dollar business in the freight and shipping logistics industry, and ended up exiting that and really been on a 4-year journey of learning kingdom entrepreneurship, learning digital marketing, learning to what if I gave God everything, all my finances, all the doors that I didn't think I would give to God, I gave to God. And I just said, what will you do with it? And during those seasons, it was the most amazing seasons of God showing up. But it was also some of the most toughest seasons, even for feeding my wife and $5 and feeding our family. And, in entrepreneurship has been a roller coaster, and you have to endure pain. And we've had to endure hardship. But you know what? What does every warrior endure? They endure pain, they endure hardship, they overcome, and they have a journey, a warrior's journey and a warrior's path that proves itself. And then provision does come. So I'm here to tell you that if you're going through something, if nobody has told you today, it will pass. And if you keep faith in God, you keep moving forward, pressing forward to the promises, you will get the preparation, and you will move forward to the promised land. God's promises, his promises do not return void. So we've been getting real clear. We've hired some more people, consultants, to really help us figure out, we know we have something amazing. We have this amazing community, amazing technology, media company, but we're like, we really need to get our message. And as we have kingdomambassador.com, we have a lot of you guys helping us expand the message. So we had to get really clear and clarify. And sometimes, I've heard from a mentor that said, provision is sometimes something about like provision for the vision. So sometimes God is waiting on clarity before you get provision for the vision. And so for some of you guys out there this week, I want you to leave. I declare that you're going to leave with clarity. You're going to leave with purpose. If you show up throughout this week, you will receive clarity and purpose for vision, and provision will follow really good vision. When you write it down and you really make a plan, it will follow it. And I've seen it. I've gotten things funded, and it's because you had vision, but you also wrote it down. You made a plan. So he has a purpose for us. He has plans for us, but we have to prepare. We have to write things down. We have to take action on what we have, and it will multiply. So our mission is to empower kingdom innovators and creatives to take back the arts and entertainment mountain by creating epic stories that inspire, encourage, and unite. So that is our whole goal. We want to inspire, encourage, and unite through storytelling. And we're doing this in Web3 with our NFTs. People are receiving identity from their kingdom warriors. They're discovering that they are an artist, or they are a weaver, or maybe they're an originator and they're an inventor, or maybe they're a knight and they're called to be more courageous and bold. So their NFT was showing them that they needed to step up and be more courageous and bold in this season. So through our NFTs, to our media, to our concept art, to the video game, to our book that is going to be coming out, and to the movie, we will inspire people through this story of hope that will have people, that will inspire you, encourage you, and unite people. And that's what we will do. You have media all out there that destroys, divides, and brings negativity. The kingdom of hope and the kingdom of light spreads a better word. And so we are stoked to be able to spread and fan that flame. So Kingdom Warriors, the most difficult thing about stepping into the NFT space or any journey where you're pioneering, you're learning something new, it's showing up. showing up to learn. And so shout out to you guys. Leave in the comments where you're watching from. I'm here in Wichita, Kansas, but I'm just want to shout out to you for showing up. You guys showed up to learn. You showed up to the room, and I promise you, you will leave today more enlightened, more powerful than you showed up. So congrats to the 40 plus people who completed the second task and stepped outside of your comfort zone. I'm here to tell you it's not too late. You are early if you're here in the NFT Web3 space. You are early if you are here. Put in the comments, I am early. Say, I am early. And you need to know you're early and you're empowered. So when you're early and you're equipped and empowered, you're going to make you're going to destroy a lot of darkness. And so with that, I want you guys after this to go to the guides and add Destiny Burwell as a friend and still get on the teams, because I think we're given still some time to get on teams today. So make sure you go to guides and you get on the teams today, because you want to compete for some of these things, some of these the prizes we're giving away, which is just amazing. So we are early. I am early. Yes, Matarina from New Zealand, Lorena, Susan. Yep, you guys are all early. So shout out to, let's go over some of our teams. Make sure you go to on guides to see the instructions on how to get on a team. Team 1, Kingdom Dominion Lit. Team 2, Warrior Rain. Team Captain Matarina from New Zealand. What's up? Stepping up. I see a lot of amazing names. Team 3, Light Bears. Deanna's captain. Team 4, Pride of Judah. We have Cheyenne from South Africa, one of our amazing creatives in our community, super creative and making amazing videos. Go show her some love in the group. Team captain of Team 5, Mighty Ascenders, is Lisa B. Oh, look at Lisa Brown's NFT. That's an amazing NFT. She's even repping it on Facebook. Shout out to you guys repping your NFTs on Twitter, Facebook, Gab, wherever, True Social, wherever you guys are repping it. But you guys are representing. Love it. Team 6, Kingdom Dragon Slayers. We got Gina stepping up as a team captain. Brioni D, team captain of Team 7, Spirit Warriors. I love that one. So here's some of the prizes that we are giving away. One, get a part as a Kingdom Warriors movie extra. First place on the team are going to have an opportunity to be a part in extra in the feature film that we are going to be making and producing. So that's going to be amazing. Second place will get a $222 Gen 3 NFT. That's going to be epic. And our two artists are working super hard creating the art for our Gen 3 collection, and it's going to be fabulous. Third place, you're going to get the Kingdom Warrior course. We have an amazing course on Thinkific of challenge 1, 2, and then 3, and even some of our bonuses. So you're going to want to have that course. So much knowledge and info and PDFs and worksheets that you can really just learn so much and become equipped for this time. No, not only VIPs are on a team. Anyone could be on a team. If you're here, you hear my voice, you could be on a team, but you need to do it today. Today's the last day to be on a team. Go to guides, go get on a team. The instructions are in guide 1, guide 2. Go do it. Ask Destiny Burwell how to be on the team. She will place you on a team. It's going to be amazing. So yes, you don't have to be a VIP. If you're VIP, that's when you get backstage, get Q&A, and you get all the recordings of this event. And of course, so top contributor, we're giving a lighting kit because we want you to have a lighting to show your face, because there is favor on your face and other people need to see it. Most encouraging warrior, we're doing a most encouraging warrior award, and you're going to win a Blue Yeti mic, because people need to hear your story. People need to hear your voice, and some things that you've overcame in your story literally can save people's lives, for one. And literally there are people in the world that really could use the things you've overcame, whether you've overcome addiction, you've overcame weight loss, you've overcome your mindset of poverty mindset to abundance mindset, whether you've overcame just whatever you've overcame in life. There's people that are a step behind you that need what you have to offer. So put that in the comments. Say, I have something to offer. You have something great to offer people, whether you know it or not. I'm here to tell you, you do. And so, yes, I will testify. Movie extras, come on, that's a boomer for sure. So awesome. So we have some amazing people here today. So want to be on a team. The cutoff to be on a team is tonight at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Go to guide 1, do your first action task. That will let us know you want to be put on a team, and you definitely want to do that. So 100% you need to go do that. Let's see how to score points. So how to score points, complete each task each day to enter the drawing, 1 point per team member for each task completed. Winners will be announced live this Friday. You're going to want to be there Friday. You're going to be live. There are replays for the day. So if you are at work right now, or let your people know if you're at work or whatever, what have you, you can come back later and watch this. And it's going to be here. And we want to do this. We put on this event because we want to empower you. We want to show you the potential of what is possible through you and through people as a community when you come together. And it's just powerful. It's more powerful when we do stuff together. And we're just we love you guys, and we're just thankful that we get to do life together in such a time as this, for such a time as this, to partner together with our community. So if you extra entries, if you have not done so already, go through guide 1 and do the 2 tasks. Video intros give you +4 points. Photo text intros give you +3 points, and +5 points for sharing your team graphic and or leaderboard to your personal profile or Facebook profiles. You must tag Destiny so we know. Winners will be announced this Friday. So here is the day 1 leaderboard. We got 59 points. See, I told you Warrior Rain was going somewhere, and I didn't even track the points. I was just looking. I follow patterns of what I see, pictures, and that's how my brain works. It works in patterns. And so I saw patterns of Warrior Rain. And look, they got the most points because they're just the pattern of excellence showing up. So you guys, Mighty Ascenders, 7 Spirit Warriors, Pride of Judah, Kingdom Dragon Slayers, Kingdom Dominion, Lit, and Light Bears, you guys have plenty of time this week. Rally your group, encourage each other, empower each other, love on each other, to do the lives, to do the homework, to show up powerfully. It's going to be amazing. And so that's for later. So for today, we have some amazing people, some amazing friends that have really just done some amazing stuff. First, Dr. Mark. I met Dr. Mark a couple years ago, and Dr. Mark is just a very amazing person. He loves God. He loves creative ideas, and he's obviously a doctorate, so he spent a lot of time thinking. And a lot of people, I feel like, we need to think more. We need to sit down and just think and pray and discover and think about possibilities. But we always talk about amazing stuff when we get together with Dr. Mark. And he's written a book called Cover Me, which he ended up going on to produce a movie about. And had amazing people like Danny Trejo being in the movie, and Jesse Metcalf, I believe, was in that one. And I think Jesse Metcalf, he's the one from the basketball, or I forget the name of it. Let me know, Jesse Metcalf. You guys know the movie he did, but the basketball one where he like dunks from like half court or something. I don't know. But anyways, some amazing stuff. Then they went on, Dr. Mark introduced me to Hamid, talking about a zombie Wesley Snipes movie, and just really talking about their creativity. Hamid's working on a movie called Elijah, and really even wanting to tell, we see movies and stories like Noah where they kind of like drop the ball on describing, Noah's time and getting drunk and trying to kill his own kid and all this crazy stuff. And we're like, well, what if we could tell these stories a little bit better? And so, Hamid has been having some of those dreams of doing that, and he's been doing it. And so Hamid even made a movie with Dr. Mark produced called Under the Stadium Lights that is just amazing. So give it up, you guys, today for Dr. Mark and Hamid, and give it up for them. They're amazing. And here we go. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Mark and Hamid Torabpour. What's up, Dr. Mark and Hamid? Did I say it right? Torabpour?
Hamid, yep, Torabpour. Works for me.
Awesome. So we got Dr. Mark. I'd love for you guys just to start, both of you, tell us a little bit about, for people who don't know, and tell us, in a minute or two, you guys can share a little bit about your hero's journey in this space, in the realm of entertainment, and even what, this audience is very faith-based. They love God and they want to make impact. They're kingdom people. And so if you can talk a little bit about the story of being a part of this industry, and then Hamid, if you can go next. Your guys' stories are powerful of really what you came through.
Yeah, January 1st, 2012, praying a complaint to God about the way things were. He told me to go to church and pray every day. So I started prayer walking this sanctuary, and prior to this, or at the time, actually, I was a instructor in statistics and all the quality sciences for various colleges and universities, either in person or online, and really wasn't in this market space at all. And it just so happened that one day God reminded me of the story of Ruth and Boaz, and I couldn't get it out of my head, and the thought "cover me" came to my mind, and so I went out and I wrote it down on the top of a piece of paper, and next thing I know, 5 minutes later, there was a song, "Cover Me," and that started the journey. Many more songs within a year or so. God gave me a vision, and so I wrote that down. It became a book called "Cover Me," which, by the way, while you were talking, I went out and lowered the price as low as it could be on Amazon, just so in case anybody wants it, it's out there. I just dropped the price. Anyway, and then it got turned into a movie. And from that, in a movie, you go from pre-production to post-production, and post-production is where you take all the basic elements of the film, and the post-production house edits and colors and sound, does the sound. That's where I met Hamid. He became, his people were the ones who did post-production. He had people working with him that had won some awards. And so we struck up a conversation and about a movie he wanted to do called Elijah. And that led us to conversations about the Bible. And we went from being business associates, becoming very close friends. And we've been on a journey together. We've done, I forget, Hamid will remember, but maybe 4 or 5 films now, and we got some more coming up. And Hamid's probably, I just read his most recent screenplay last night, and I literally couldn't put it down. It was flawless. So that one's, I'll let him talk about that. But anyway, that's the journey. I had no training or background other than I was an actor in high school, which is really not training. And so that's, God does what he wants. And so this is an example of God doing something.
So amazing. Hamid, if you are here.
I'm here. We have
Okay.
we have summertime. We have kids running around like crazy and construction outside my window. So I'm will be muting when I'm not talking and keep my camera out for now.
Awesome. So Hamid, we'd love for people to hear a little bit about your background and your story. Like, what is the Hamid story from, when did you first know you wanted to be in film and do this stuff, and to where you are today with having worked with, Lawrence Fishburne, talking to Wesley Snipes and some of these actors, Milo Gibson, and talking to some of these people, working with people in the industry. What has kind of been the hero's journey for you, and some of the things you've had to overcome?
Well, my mom and my grandma were writers, and so I've always written stories with my mom. Love writing. Writing is my first love, is my passion. I was a little kid, 8 years old, 9 years old. I saw Ninja Turtles, the first one, in the theaters. Then I saw Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in the theaters, and then I saw Jurassic Park in the theaters. And the time that I saw the very first dinosaur ever on Jurassic Park, when Dr. Neil grabs Laura Dern's head and turns her to see the dinosaur, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm making movies. And initially I wanted to be an actor, but I don't like the camera. I hate being in front of cameras. I hate doing that. I also wanted to have a life. And so a writer, producer, director gets all the perks without having to be in front of the camera. So, I was writing since I was, 8 years old, 9 years old. And, 11, I was like, God had a few people tell me, Hamid, you're going to make movies. It's time to make movies. I said, great. And so in 2012, we made our first movie. It was a little independent one. My wife and I financed it ourselves. We raised the money. And, it was about the aftermath of suicide. And it was kind of a very interesting journey for us. And went out there, and I had, people from all over the place come and say, hey, I saw your movie and I don't want to die anymore. My son saw your movie and doesn't want to die anymore. And my mom saw it. My husband saw your movie, and now he's back to his old self again. And that's kind of like, the whole goal is that, film. Sorry, I'm going to close the window because people are sawing outside my window. film gives you the ability to, impact people without preaching to them. And, I think Walt Disney said rather entertain people and hope they learn something and then preach them and then be bored. And so, my thought is if you do the movies the right way, you can tell a story, entertain, and still get a message across. So, yeah.
That's amazing. And so, I think it's so powerful. And we've had some conversations about storytelling and even, why Jesus talked about the kingdom and parables. What is it that makes a good story?
You have to make people feel something. If you can make people feel something, that's what it needs to be. You watch a movie, I don't know what I just was so impactful. I saw the Tony Hawk documentary on HBO Max, and they made you sad when they tore down. Spoiler alert: they tore down Tony Hawk's favorite skate park. Like you're like, no, don't tear that. It was just an abandoned pool, but that was the spirit that turned into a skate park, and they tore it down, and they made you connect to a location. That is great storytelling, and so I think storytelling has to make you connect, and whatever your audience may be. The script Mark just read yesterday. It's an ode to 1990 movies. Face Off and Con Air and The Fugitive, right? Like, you have to know your audience and play to your audience. I'm not trying to win an Oscar with the movie I wrote yesterday. It would never be considered for it. It's not that kind of movie, right? But what it can do is it can sit in the realm of Face Off and Con Air and The Rock, classic action movies that people love 30 years, 40 years out later, So, knowing who you're writing for and what you're writing for is a really big key.
That's so good. And so what, talking about like, I was watching yesterday some things on, like in the music industry, whereas like, say you had a label that you had to make like very pop, like, certain types of music because your label's like, you have to make this because this is what sells, massively, and then so, like, hey, you have to do this because it's what sells, but this isn't their anointing or this isn't what they are like really good at, but they do it because like, like for instance, like Justin Bieber is like baby, 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 oh, and it's like, oh, well, this is like boom, like 100 million hits like day one, and it's just like, it's just so catchy, so good. But maybe Justin wants to talk about like now he did a song with like Chance the Rapper, talking about, being holy or something like, so it's, talk about that, the difference between like the industry of where if you want something to be mass marketable, you sometimes have to do what the industry wants versus if you want to do something passionate and make impact more towards what the creative's, nature is, but maybe it may not reach all those people or a label or some big, person may not get behind it.
It's a hard thing because, Hollywood is full of a lot of catch-22s. You can't get an agent without making somebody make something without an agent. Don't objectify women, but let's objectify women on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gross that you whatever with women, but then it's okay for the same person who's mad at you for saying something to her, it's going to go be a sex object to a billion people watching the movie. It's very, very frustrating and it's very, very double standard. Mark and I had a movie where they want, the distributor required to have 30 seconds of nudity in the movie. And I said, no. I said, my name's on it. I'm not putting nudity in the movie. I'm just not going to do it, And, it's just dumb things like that. And so, to me, and that's one thing Mark and I have been doing, thankfully, we've kind of skipped to that level to where we can kind of do it ourselves now. So we can kind of make what we want to make. And we don't have to, bend to those rules anymore. It's like, no, so it's a hard thing to get in, when you get into Hollywood, if you're not, someone's nephew or uncle or aunt or whatever, like you have to start at the bottom rungs, you do those low budget, terrible movies. And, I think that's where people's souls get tainted and they get bitter and they get mad or they lose their morality. Oh, it's just this, it's just that, and one thing I'm proud of is, from myself and from Mark and our team is that, we've never really bent to the morality of Hollywood. We've always kept it classy. It's never been we've never had a sex scene in our movies ever. The language is very, very minimal. We still want to be real, but, it's one thing to say a swear word, another thing to have, people having sex on screen. And so it's a tough thing to do to not, because again, if you want to be successful, you have to, you have to give in and compromise I don't think you have to. On the flip side of things, Christians need to be much more selective. Americans need to be much more selective. You know, quit going to McDonald's and eat at home. Quit watching that movie that's 10 seconds of nudity. If every single Christian didn't watch a movie with 10 seconds of nudity in it, guess what? They'd stop making it. Or there'd be a lot less movies with nudity in it because guess what? People, they care about your money. They don't care about what they want to feed you the garbage content. But if you stop supporting that, you know, think about it. If every Christian stopped watching Netflix for their content, what would happen? I guarantee they make less bad content.
Wow. And so that's kind of where I'm seeing God move as far as Web3 is. Web3 is all about we, and it's all about gathering people together. And it's kind of like, it's almost like this new form of the internet that is taking us back to we the people, you know, 1776, where it's like, what if we went together and we separated from Great Britain and we started our own constitution? Web3 has the power through smart contracts, through this technology to have our own stuff, and we've been a model for that with Kingdom Warriors. We have our own ecosystem, our own world. We can build our own stuff, but like, so you may not have to ask a studio or ask like a bank or talk to you say, hey, can we do this? Like one of the reasons I was going to go to school I was starting to do some courses on nonprofit organization, and I still had nonprofit organization as a part of my background because I wanted to do something impact mission oriented. But then I talked to some mentors who have raised millions of dollars in the nonprofit world. They're like, yeah, you still have a board who's telling you what you can do with the money, and you can do this, you can do that, and there's still all this control. And I'm like, and then I basically, one of my mentors told me, who has already been through that, he's like, Eric, you're really good at business. Just do business. You'll be able to do millions, and you'll be able to give to what you want to give to without anyone telling you to, because it's your money. And I was like, wow, that's way better than asking someone, because then you just produce millions through your business, and then you can do what you want. So, what are some things, like, for if you were like to say, like, I guess like the idea that, or what are the things that you see with NFT and Web3 and just basically even crowdfunding, or what are some things you see that is a possibility now? Even as we're seeing with streaming giants, or the Netflix is beating Blockbuster, new, basically innovative ways end up always beating the old ways. What are some things that you're excited for coming forward with technology?
I think I can jump in there on that one. Anytime technology makes a major change, everything goes to zero. So everybody starts at a new playing field.
Wow,
and that's always been true, right? And so what just happened, or is happening, is this shift is creating the opportunity for people to rethink, right? To start from beginning. And so it's a paradigm shift. And so because that's happening, it creates the opportunity for those willing to take that stand to take advantage of that and enter the playing field. And I think when you couple something like that with what I believe can only be explained by God moving, I think that puts Kingdom Warriors in a unique situation. With regard to the NFTs, Hamid and I have developed some interesting ways. We've got 4 movies we're working on right now after the fact, because they were already produced to generate NFTs from them, and we've got some other ideas for ways to generate NFTs to help support a film. So I think it's creating a whole new space, and I think those who decide to take advantage of it are going to have a big opportunity. So I just think it's so unique, and the timing with regard to what Kingdom Warriors is doing, I don't think could be any more opportune. It's unique. But Hamid?
Yeah, I love that leveling the playing field. And I think even like online streaming, I think even post COVID, us being able to do this production right here, we have this production. This is essentially like a TV news station. We're a media company, and now we're able to reach our audiences through Discord, what I call unity on Discord. We have people from 81 nations throughout our community, through our Discord, who have been on our app, and then also in our Facebook group. And it's just amazing that, to reach all those nations. My wife and I really wanted to reach and impact Africa. And now we have so many people from Africa, South Africa, Uganda, Nigeria, who are part of our community, and we can give our free NFT education to them. And it's just crazy that like what was in our hands and what's possible now with technology, we can do instead of me having to go to those 81 nations and be like, hey, do you want to check out my free course to educate and empower you guys? Now we can just do this through networks and systems. So I would love for you guys, Dr. Mark and Hamid, to answer what would be your encouragement for someone, a creative right now who wants to make impact through storytelling, through whether it's just TikTok videos, whether it's Instagram. What I tell people all the time is just go live, learn to start speaking, learn to go live, learn to tell stories, definitely get mentorship in that. But basically you just have to start somewhere making content. And for me, like I just picked up my DSLR, and my mom was a photographer for Louisville High School, and I just picked up her camera. So you never used the video side of it. It was 1080p video on a Canon DSLR T3i Rebel, and I would just go do video, and I would start doing it, and then take it to iMovie, take it to Adobe Premiere, and just start editing videos. And I made some really bad videos. I edited some really bad videos. I made some really I got a mic, a Blue Yeti mic, and I would shoot this video of a plane and then like a tree moving in the wind, and I would say a tree and a plane in a car and this is all God, or I have it. It's like 10 years old, and it's like, and then I even saw a video that I made 9 years ago that has 81,000 views on YouTube now. It was a cheerleading video just of documenting some amazing part of cheerleading that nobody knows about, but it's its own niche that is amazing. So I'd love to hear what would be some advice you'd have for people, creatives who want to make impact in this space. What could they do to start?
Do you want to go first, Mark, or do you want me to go first?
Hamid, you should. This is definitely you.
All right, number 1, self-awareness. Everyone thinks they're good. Everyone thinks they can shoot photography. Everyone thinks they can shoot video. Everyone thinks they can shoot. You can write a script. They can write a book. Everyone thinks they're good, right? Self-awareness is the number 1 important thing. If you want to follow your dream, you have to be self-aware, right? There's some people who have the drive, they have the determination, they have the inkling of the skill, but they don't hone their craft. They don't progress. They just want to say, I made the script and it's amazing. Well, I shot this photography and it's amazing. I have a camera. Of course I can be a photographer. So number 1, self-aware. Number 2 is get a mentor. Mentorship is huge because they'll help you be self-aware. When talking to a mentor, listen to them, because if you just go to a mentor and you keep going back to them, and I had a guy, try to change the subject really quick. Oh, help me write, read my script. I said, did you get final draft? No. Well, why are you sending me the script that's not in the right format? You already won't get past that. 2, did you read the book I told you to read? Well, no. Okay, well, why not? Well, I can't afford $20. I see you smoke that pack of cigarettes. You can afford $20 for a book. If you want mentorship, if you want to learn, you have to do, the basics. I'm not saying, hey, go rob a bank. I'm saying buy the program to write in and buy the book that teaches you the basics. I'm not here to teach you the basics, and those are the biggest things. And then your next step comes into just doing it, right? But you have to be self-aware. And the best way to do it is find what you want to make. Do you want to make Top Gun? Is Top Gun your favorite movie? Then great. Then pull up Top Gun, 80s or 2020. I don't care what you want to do. Pull up a Top Gun movie and copy that. And watch Top Gun, and then watch what you made. If you made it as good as Top Gun, then great. If it's not as good as Top Gun, be self-aware enough to know that, hey, I'm not quite at Tom Cruise's level yet, So compare against the best. Have your measuring stick. In the Bible, you bring everything back to the Word of God, right? Well, in the movie industry, in the creative art industry, pick your favorite person and copy them, right? How does John Grisham write books? How does James Patterson write a book? How does Steven Spielberg make a movie? How does Chance the Rapper make a song, right? Copy it, get to that level, and then you can start doing things. That's how you measure your success, because, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to build off of that for a second. One of the things that I've had the privilege of doing is, from the first time I read Elijah, one of the first things I said was, well, one day I'll watch Hamid walk across the stage and pick up one of those little gold statues, because he's that good. And last night I got the script that he sent that, well, I won't give that away, but anyway, it was so good I couldn't put it down. And it was like I sent him a couple of, there's like 5 typos in the whole thing, and because I was giving him some coverage, which is, you know, feedback. This morning I said, you know, literally, Hamid, that's the best thing I've ever seen you write. And so what I'm saying about that is that self-awareness, your first is not likely as good as your 10th or your 50th or your 100th. And Hamid's been writing since he was 9. So the fact that he's able to write at the level he's able to write at, I just want to offer encouragement to people, is it started because he wrote when he was 9. And he kept writing, and he kept writing, and he kept writing, and he kept writing. And so to be self-aware, you write, look, write, look, write, look, you know, and then you have that mentor to help coach you along. And so it's just, you know, Hamid has literally walked the path he just mentioned. And anybody who has the drive, especially have the calling, but if you have the drive, you can do it.
I had a friend. Well, first note, writers don't need to know how to spell. That's rule number 1. If you're a writer, you don't have to know how to spell. I had Brothers Keeper, which is Under the Stadium Lights. You know, I had a script, and we took it to Matthew McConaughey, and he loves football. He loves Texas, and they came back and said, you know, Hamid, Matt loves this stuff, but it's just too vanilla. It's too plain. I'm like, what? So I got mad. I said, well, forget this. I'm a good writer. So I scrapped 90% of it and I wrote it from scratch. And then I had a good friend who I paid to polish it for me. He was a more experienced writer than I was at the time. And I paid him a little bit of money and he polished it for me. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's how you do that. So I really watched how he did it and he polished it. And now I've done 10 things more than he has in the same time span. Why? Because, you know, he kind of just plateaued where I said, oh, I'm going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So when Mark says, you know, write then look, then write then look. I mean, I read, you know, 20 to 50 screenplays a year. I do all that. You know, I'm always looking, I'm always watching, I'm always learning. You know, it got so bad where, you know, a few years ago I decided that when I watch movies, I don't try to figure them out anymore. If I watch it and I just enjoy it, and then I go back and tear it apart, you know, and see what I want to do. You know, before I write a script, I wrote a Rosa Parks script, and I had the guy who he was supposed to be one of the investors for Harriet. He turned it down. He goes, Hamid, I'm reading your script, and literally, I feel like I'm watching the Malcolm X movie that Spike Lee and Denzel Washington did. I said, amazing, because I based my style of writing off of that script. And he goes, your script is head and shoulders above the Harriet script that came out and won an Academy Award. So, you know, that was very good feedback from a guy who literally did Blade Runner and, you know, a lot of top, you know, 12 strong with Chris Hemsworth. So, you know, yeah. Anyhow, keep going.
So awesome. You guys, let us know below if you guys are getting some value. And then here in about 5-10 minutes, we're going to go backstage for people who are in VIP. And I would love for you guys, let us know if you guys are getting something, but you need to grow your skills. You need to hone in your skills. You got to get repetition in, find mentors, find your Yoda for your Luke Skywalker to train you how to use the Force. How do you wield a sword? How do you wield the sword of writing? How do you wield the sword of your brain and using your mind, using more of your mind, using more of your brain? And God has given us everything we need to succeed, but sometimes we have to activate it. We have to put it into action. And so talk about some tips, Dr. Mark and Hamid, when you have something, you know, for creatives, I know sometimes you can want to do something and like say it's working out and you do it for like a day or 2 days and you're like, oh, I can't sustain that habit. What are some keys that you would give for how to maintain creative, like reps if you're writing a story, whether you want to write a book? Like people get stuck, your brain gets stuck, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I'm going to pick that up 10 years later. Or they never pick it up and then they pass away and then they never produced or made anything. How do we give people some keys to create the habits to really build? So one book I read that was really good, it was about habits, and it was like habit something, and it was just really powerful. I'd have to find it, but go ahead, Dr. Mark and Hamid.
2 things. I think Hamid probably could definitely address this with regard to writing, but just 2 things. One is, and I think I spoke with Dr. Darlene. I think she and I are going to do a challenge with some people just to talk about some of these concepts, because they deal with the mind, the emotions, quantum mechanics, and so forth, as far as unleashing creative power. But I think the second part of that is networking. It's like when you reached out to me, and you know, I could tell God was in this, and I shared this story with Hamid, and Hamid got inspired by it, and now it looks like we're going to be writing this screenplay. It's like, could you imagine a year ago? Could you imagine that, Eric? Right?
Yeah, it's
like
yeah,
amazing.
no, I mean, things move really fast. It's pretty awesome.
And then as far as how to write, Hamid's the expert. Hamid.
Oh, and it was Atomic Habits. So yeah, someone said it.
I have
Atomic
that book.
Habits.
It's on my list. Atomic Habits. It's sitting on my shelf right now. I bought it. I'm excited to read it. So I want to quickly go back to self-awareness. If you said I'm a great boxer, and you said, all right, great, how good a boxer? I'm the best. And they put you in the ring with Muhammad Ali, or they put you in the ring with Mike Tyson, or put you in the ring with Wilder, or you know what I'm saying? That's self-awareness. I'm a good fighter. I'm a martial arts black belt. Would I get in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime? No. Why? Because I'm not good enough. Now, if I trained and got elite, I could do that, right? So if people want to be at the elite level of Hollywood, you have to train. And so I encourage people to do the training. As far as habit goes, here's the thing. There's days where I'm supposed to write and I'm like, and I'm like, I don't feel like it, or I get stuck on a story or whatever. The key is just keep writing. Set a time and say, I'm going to write for this many pages or this many hours, and, just write. And here's the thing. Your first draft is going to be awful. Your second draft is going to be awful. Your third draft is going to be awful. And your fourth draft is going to be awful. And you send notes to people, and you think it's great, and then say, wow, this is awful. And you'll go back and fix it again. It's taken me 10, 15 years to get to a point where I can say, okay, my second or third draft is shareable, right? So you just have to write. If you get stuck on something, skip it, right? How many times they say, and Bill goes to the shop, and I leave that line there and then skip to the next scene, right? Because I don't want to cover that right now. I'll come back to it, right? When you have you guys know this, when you're creative and you're creating either a movie or a script or a video, I mean, how many times do people do TikTok videos over and over and over again before they get the right one they want, right? So I mean, the key is repetition, honing, don't stop doing it. That's my tips in a nutshell, And now it's to the point where we know we're going to write your script here for you in the next week or a couple of weeks, and it's going to be the skill level that we have is significantly different than it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. And so, I'm just, I've learned, and, the muscle memory is there, and I can sit down and pound out a script in 4 to 7 days, the rough draft. And then once you have the rough draft, you go through and you just work, and you work every scene and every line, you can't get a perfect script. You can write every line until it's right, but the key is getting the first draft out, because that's how you fix it. You get the foundation up, then you fix that from there.
So good. So powerful.
There was a famous quote by James A. Michener. He was interviewed after he wrote Adventures in Paradise, which I'm dating myself here, but he won the Pulitzer, I think, for something he wrote. I think it was that. And he was interviewed, and the person who was interviewing him was kind of awestruck. There's a term for that in the movie business. But anyway, he's kind of awestruck, and he said, how does it feel to be one of the greatest writers ever? And Michener looked at him with a puzzled look. He said, I'm a horrible writer. But then he leaned in and he said, but I'm the best rewriter I know. And so the important part of, what Hamid was saying, I mean, I've had Hamid write some scripts, and he literally won't send me the first ones. I mean, won't, because he's self-aware. He knows that he has to get the idea out, and then he has to work on it. And then, I usually see about the third or fourth draft, because by that time he's at a level where it's like you said, presentable. So.
Wow, that's so powerful. You guys give it up for Dr. Mark and Hamid. And Dr. Mark Hamid, the link for Zoom will be in the private chat, and we'll wrap it up, this call. Thank you guys. Give it up for them in the comments. And if you want to get on VIP, Vera, if you could drop that link in the comments, and it's also in the description. You guys want to come backstage, and you're going to be hearing more from Dr. Mark and Hamid. throughout our community, and we're going to be creating some epic stuff in the future. So we're honored to have Hamid and Dr. Mark here today, sharing wisdom and things that they've learned to really help you guys win in life. So any last tidbits, Jim, you have to share, Dr. Mark and Hamid?
Keep your eyes on Hamid. He's going to be one of those people that you see walk across the stage.
Yeah, I will receive that. I'm excited for it. We have a lot of great projects in the works, and I'm excited. We've been through the ringer. We know what we're doing, and anyone can do it. If it's your vision, it's your goal, it's your dream, and more importantly, if it's your calling. If you're not called to be in the movie business, don't be in it. Go be where you're called to be, and you can get through the hardships and the headaches.
So good. Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys backstage, and then let me wrap this up. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. That was just powerful, you guys. And talking about a book and birthing something that takes time. I wanted to share this with you guys. So over a year ago, or actually at 18, I wrote a manuscript called The Power of the Mind. And I was so encouraged about philosophy and really some of the ancient philosophers and also biblical people of the power of the mind, and that we don't use enough of our mind, and that we can train our mind to do things. I even got inspired from like the Jedis, like, being able to do Jedi mind tricks, or like the Jedis being able to jump or focus in a way that we can do things that wasn't possible. When I got into cheerleading, I was able to do these flips and do these things with my body and my brain. And even some people got stuck and they weren't able to do it after, they had a mental block. I was like, wow, the brain is so powerful. It can even stop you from doing the magnificent stuff that you were able to do. And so as a cheerleader, I was able to do these double fulls and just like boom, 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 and fly. And right now you probably wouldn't see that. But if you type in Eric Skeldon on YouTube, you'll see doing flips. You'll see me doing some crazy flips and stunning, holding girls up, having a girl do a backflip and catch her with one hand. It's called a rewind awesome. And it was just so amazing. And I was like, anyways, so long story short, one call to action for today, and I wanted to just share because the book that I've worked on for over a year with other co-authors and amazing stories just is now coming out. So I would love for you guys. We have it at 99 cents right now, where you can see this. So let me share my screen and show you guys this. Chrome tab. Let's see, where is it at? But this is it's just coming out. We're putting at 99 cents the ebook. And if you guys can support, we'll love for you guys to just check out this ebook. There's amazing stories in there from people. Let me find this real quick. Okay, here we go. So it's called The Kingdom Mind on Amazon. You can get it. It'll be released on July 9th, where you can get a hard copy, an actual copy shipped to you. But right now, we want everyone we can, the Kingdom Warriors, if you guys can support this book, it'll mean the world to me. And I'll put this in the comments. But basically, I mean, we've spent over a year working on this project, this book, and it's finally being released. Legacy Publishing helped us do this. And it's just blowing me away that this is finally coming out. You'll hear more about my story, the journey, everything that is taken for me to get to where we are today. Let me see if I can still pull up this page, add to stream. But everything that is taken for me to get to this page, this part of my life and my journey and what God has done and transformed my mind. In Romans 12:2, we put in this book, and also there's other co-authors, real estate millionaires. A girl who escaped a cult and ended up building a multi-million-dollar writing company and copywriting company and sold it recently for millions. Amazing story. My wife has a chapter in there all about her life and her testimony. Michael Wallow, a prophetic guy, David B. Hughes, a real estate millionaire, and his wife. Just amazing people are in there that have put some amazing chapters as well in there and called The Kingdom Mind. You guys would support it. It'll mean the world to me. Literally, it's my life, kind of my life story in a chapter. But it actually just came out to where we're starting the pre-orders. So I was like, hey, I'd love for you guys at 99 cents to be able to get that ebook, and it will go up on July 9th, the ebook, and obviously the regular book will go up. But it's a way that I can bless you guys, and you guys also bless me at 99 cents. So love you guys. You guys are amazing. We'll see you guys backstage. Let me remove this. And then the homework. Let me share this homework real quick. The homework for today. Shout out to all the team. Shout out to all of you guys showing up. You guys are amazing. The link to the book, I put it in description, and I'll also put it to I put it in the comments. I will also put it on the description of the video. Yeah, I put it in the comments though, and also I'll put it in the description of this video. Or you can go on Amazon and type in the Kingdom Mind and just find the one that says Eric Skeldon on it, the purple with the lion. But the action task for today is, what is your biggest takeaway of today's training? Ask yourself, what is your biggest takeaway, and go live. Get on the teams, go to guide 1, get on the teams and go live today, or post on the day 1 action task. I forget, sometimes Destiny puts it where you can do it in a comment, but go basically go live or go in there if the comments, if she has it on there, with what is your biggest takeaway of today's training. So awesome. And then there's some extra call to action things that you could do to get some extra points. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 Pacific. See you guys. Go live in the group. Go to the guides. Go get the book, The Kingdom Mind, on Amazon, 99 cents. Thank you for your love and your support. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. Peace.